Welcome to your movement practice. I recommend having a block or a pillow with you off to the side, and we'll just discuss a little bit where we're going. This is a 4-part series moving into your dragon pistol squat. The first 2 will really be moving into those basics and the strength and mobility required to perform the dragon pistol squat. And then the 4th flow will be a fun way to use it in a flowy movement practice. This flow you can repeat as many times as you want, and you're still going to be getting so much benefit and so much needed mobility for the posture. And we'll begin. We'll take our block or our pillow underneath the glutes, coming into a cross-legged position. Palms face down on the knees. Crown of the head lifting up towards the ceiling and tailbone down towards the mat. And as those 2 points reach in opposition, feeling a lengthening in the spine. Bringing a gentle tone to the core. And as you fall into the breath, begin to clear your mind, leaving space to create that mind-body connection that's so required in tricky postures like dragon pistol squat. Feeling the gentle rise and fall of your shoulders as you inhale and exhale. Lifting the body up out of the waist, finding so much length in between each vertebrae in the spine. On the next inhale, the eyes flutter open. Arms sweep out to the side and up overhead. Palms can come to touch, but it requires a lot of mobility in the T-spine. So really just finding length, lifting out of the waist, bringing a tone to the core, sucking navel to spine. Inhale to find length. And exhale to sweep the left arm up over to the right-hand side, dropping the right palm on the ground. Finding space between the ribs. Gaze is up towards the ceiling, or if you have the mobility in your neck, maybe to your fingers. Left glute is rooted down. Inhale to center. Both arms reach overhead, find length. And exhale to the left-hand side. Gazes up towards the ceiling or to the fingertips. Inhale, push yourself back up to center. And fold forward. Just really stretching out the hips, maybe rocking the body back and forth, opening up the low back. Maybe dipping the shoulders towards the center. Eventually finding stillness, coming back up to seated, removing the block, and coming into a boat pose, Navasana. When you're in Navasana, really try to squeeze thighs toward the chest. Shins are parallel to the ceiling, palms facing up. Find the strength and the burning in the hip flexors. Really trying to squeeze knees towards the chest. And as slow as you can, begin to shoot the legs forward and straighten them and bring your upper body to a hover on the ground coming into low boat pose. But make it slow, slower than you want it to be. When you get to low boat pose, hold. Shoulders are off the ground. And then slower than you want, begin to roll yourself back up to high boat. Right sole of the foot goes onto the ground. Left foot straightens. This is essentially the bottom of the pistol squat. And all you're going to do is practice lifting yourself up over the ankle. So you feel that big dorsiflexion in the right foot. And then bringing the hips down. And then lifting back up, and then back down. Just doing these gentle rocks back and forth, keeping that right heel on the ground. So if all you can do is this, then that's all you do. Really trying to push that knee over the right foot. Just rocking back and forth. Using the hands to help you. Three more. And then find your edge here, as far forward as you can go, and hug the right knee into the chest. Really increasing the flexion on the ankle and just rock back and forth. Inhale here. And exhale, lower back into the boat pose. Leaning the chest back a little bit. Squeezing the knees in towards the chest. Finding the strength in the psoas. Super important to have really good hip flexor strength when you're doing any sort of pistol squat. Inhale. Slower than you want, we extend head and feet in opposite directions, straightening the legs. Low boat. Find the posture. Navel is to spine. Try not to tent the abdomen, but try to keep it flat, nice and flat, by sucking the navel to spine. Inhale. Exhale, slowly crunch the body back up to high boat. Hold. And then we switch. Left sole of the foot makes contact with the ground. Right foot extends long, and we pulse forward. Coming forward into that ankle flexion, lifting the hips to any degree. Just finding that strength and work in the ankle. Keeping the left heel on the ground. Three more. And then finding your edge for this one and holding there. Grabbing the left shin and really trying to suck that thigh to the chest. Rocking back and forth a little bit. Opening up the ankle flexion. Inhale. Exhale, lower the glutes back into our Navasana boat pose. Now, grabbing the knees and really trying to place the thigh totally on the chest. Inhale. Exhale, release the legs and see if you can keep them there. Find that squeeze, find the work in the psoas and the core. And then we slowly lower down, extending legs and head in opposite directions until we come to a hover. Sucking belly to spine, feel that core engagement. And then slowly bringing ourselves back up. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, last time we go to low boat pose. Lowering all the way down, we cross the left leg over the right. Sole of the foot of the left foot is placed on the ground as we rotate onto our right side. Propping ourselves up onto the right forearm. Finding this Nice hip stretch in the left hand side of the leg. And then now we begin to lift our right foot, trying to tap heel of the right foot towards the ceiling. Holding and exhaling to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Keeping that cycle, finding the work in the inner thigh as you try to suck that right leg higher every time. This is really tapping into our mind-muscle connection with our adductors, which we don't usually use. When you're squatting or when you're deadlifting, you're always thinking about pushing the knees out. So at least for me, it always gets missed. And you really want to flex the right toes and try to drive the left heel up towards the ceiling. 3 more. 9, 10, and hold. Feel the work on the inner thigh. Toes are flexed, heels lifting up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the right leg, coming back into our low boat pose, holding here. Palms facing up, navel to spine, head and shoulders off the ground. Inhale. Exhale to lower everything down. This time, right foot crosses over left leg, spinning onto the left hand side, propping up on the forearm. If you find your foot is sliding, sometimes I grab on to my right ankle to root it down in place. And as you inhale, lifting left heel towards the ceiling, foot is flexed. Exhale to lower. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Following your own breath. And really, again, just a reminder, you're thinking about the heel going to the ceiling, not the big toe. Foot is flexed back towards the face. Three more. Last one we hold. Trying to drive the left heel up towards the ceiling. Core is a little bit engaged. 3, 2, 1. Lower the foot down, untangle the legs, coming back into our low boat pose, navel to spine. No tenting of the core. Lengthen big toe and crown of the head away from each other. And then slowly work your way up to high boat. Inhale. Exhale, cross the legs and come forward into your tabletop. Toes are tucked under, just rocking back and forth on the wrists and the feet. And really focusing, not making this like a lazy movement, but really focus when you drive the hips back, drive them back and stretch out the bottoms of the feet. And when you come forward, do it strong. Push the ground away, engage the scapula, lean the body. Finding a sense of stillness in the center, coming into our rolling cat and cows. So first, pushing the upper body over to the right-hand side. And then we push the right scapula down, pushing the ground away. Then we round through the upper back. Now we lean over to the left-hand side. Right shoulder dips down, bending the right elbow a little bit, rolling the chest through, coming into and through our cow pose, and then pushing back up into our cat. So you're doing this lateral rolling movement. Core is engaged. Coming into your cat and cows, but adding a lateral side-to-side motion with it. One more on this side. in the center. Now we switch. Lean the body over to the left-hand side. Push the right scapula away from the spine, rolling over to the right now, then dipping the chest over to the left. And rolling left and then over to the right. Through cow over to the left and through cow to the right. 3, 4. Finding stillness in the center. Find that toning of the core. And now sit the bum back onto your toes. You're still curled, toes are still curled under. Maybe you help the pinky toes to go forward a little bit. So we're sitting on our heels in toe stand. Sitting up tall, crown of the head reaches toward the ceiling. Really feeling the bottoms of the feet open up. Rolling out the wrists. And then the other way. Planting the hands on either side of the knees, we're just going to lift the knees and sitting the heels back on the ground, finding that deep flexion in the feet and the ankles. Back forward. And exhale, find the dorsiflexion. Send the hips back, lift the knees. Inhale to come forward, plant the knees on the ground. Exhale to sit back. Inhale forward. Exhale to sit back. Inhale forward. 2 more. Exhale, sit back. Inhale forward. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, come forward into your tabletop. Tap out the tops of the feet. Finding that strong rooted core, tuck the left toes under, and this time send the right foot back and high for a 3-legged table. Really thinking about creating a straight line from the top of your head all the way to your right toes. Inhale here. Exhale, open up the right hip, trying to touch the right toes over to the right-hand side. And then like you're drawing a rainbow, lifting the right toes up and then shooting them over to the left-hand side. Inhale to center. Exhale over to the right, drawing a super big rainbow with the right toes. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to drop over to the right-hand side. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. 1 more. I think I maybe lost count, but it's fine. Finding the original position in the center, finding the toning of the core, and now pivoting on the left knee, spiraling the chest open to the right and lifting the right arm up towards the ceiling. Right foot is still lifted. Finding the strong core, pushing the ground away with the left hand so it's still engaged. Inhale and exhale. Bend at the knee, reach the hand back, reach for the ankle, but don't grab the ankle as you inhale. Exhale, open back up, plant the right foot on the ground and bring the left knee to a hover. Inhale, lift the right foot up, reach back, try to grab the ankle. Exhale, reach long, plant the right foot on the ground, knee comes to a hover. Inhale, lift up and reach back. Exhale, reach up and lift the left knee, hover. 4, inhale, up and back. Exhale, lower, lift the knee. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, drop the foot, lift the knee, and this time maybe you can kick the left toes forward. Holding. Fallen triangle. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rebend into the knee, lifting into our starting position. And then exhale, twist the body back down, pivot on the left knee, and lower the right leg, coming back into your tabletop. Maybe rolling out the wrists for a minute before we do the other side. Back into tabletop. Now we pivot, we lift the left leg to straighten. Finding length between the crown of the head and the left toes. Finding the work in the core. Inhale. Exhale, left toes go out to the left-hand side. Tapping the toes with your tapping the floor with your big toe. Inhale, big rainbow. Left foot goes over to the right-hand side. Inhale to center. Exhale to drop the foot to the left-hand side. Toes kiss the ground. Inhale, rainbow up. Exhale, down over to the right. Big toes kiss the ground. 3, 4, 5. Go slow, build that mind-body connection. Feel the femur head moving in the hip socket. Last time. Coming back into that neutral three-legged tabletop position, and then pivoting on the right knee, opening the chest to the left-hand long edge of the mat, lifting left fingertips up to the ground, finding strength, lifting the left foot up with the power of the glutes. Inhale here. Reach for the left ankle with the left hand, but don't make contact. Exhale, reach up, plant the foot, hover the knee. Inhale to lift up, reach back. Exhale, reach the hand up, hover the knee. Inhale, lift up, reach back. Exhale, hover. Inhale to reach back. Exhale, hover. Inhale to reach back. Open the chest. Exhale, plant the foot, hover, and maybe this time you kick the right foot through. You're finding that same adduction, the work in the right foot, trying to get that right heel to touch the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Plant the left shin back on the ground. Lift up into your starting position. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the arm down, pivoting on the right knee, finding your original position. Inhale to find length. Exhale to lower. Sitting back on the toes again. Rolling up the wrists. And the other wrist. Now we find a bit of a flow coming back into our tabletop. Inhale, three-legged tabletop on the right. Find the work in the core, keeping this more length focused and less height focused. Inhale. Exhale, push into your downward facing dog, straightening the left leg, pushing the hips up and high. Inhale. Exhale, bend into the left knee, coming back into your tabletop. Finding length. Inhaling. Exhaling, straightening the left leg, pushing the hips back and high for three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, coming back into tabletop. Inhale. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, try to touch knee to left tricep, crossing over the body and coming into your plank pose for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, send the foot back in high, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, roll forward, this time trying to touch right knee to right tricep. For 3, 2, 1. Plant the right foot to the outside of the right hand, coming up onto tented fingertips in your lizard lunge. Finding strength and length here. Rocking back and forth on the legs. And now we come into a flow where we're going to practice coming into that sort of dragon pistol squat position. I'll face the front. So inhale to find length, lift up on the back knee, lean forward, and now we're going to try to cross and touch the left ankle behind the right ankle. Inhale. Exhale, send it back. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, send it back. Palms can be wherever, tented fingertips, not tented fingertips. Inhale, come forward. Maybe one is tented and one's not. Exhale, send it back. 4, 5. Send it back. 6. Send it back. 7. And back. Whoo, my leg is burning. Last one, 8. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Send it back. Come onto the palms of both hands if you're not already there. Drop the back leg and just work into the right hip a little bit. Maybe circling out the thigh, maybe staying completely still. Coming onto tented fingertips now, firing up on the back leg, dragging the left toes forward until the left foot is to the outside of the left hand. Dropping the hips down, hands gather at heart center, Malasana. Crown of the head reaches tall, tailbone is heavy. Plant the fingertips on the ground as we lift the hips into a half lift, toes face forward. Find your strong core here. Find length between the tailbone and the crown of the head. Inhale. Exhale, heel toe, the feet together. Drape the upper body over the thighs. Any degree of bend to the knees. Forward fold. Now super deep bend in the knees as we tone the core and slowly roll up the spine to stand. Arm sweep up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive over the thighs into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back through plank and hold. For 5. Push the shoulder blades apart, pushing the ground away. 4. Thumbs hugging towards midline. 3. Drop the bum. 2. 1. Bend the elbows lower halfway. Hold. Blow all the air out of the body. Inhale. Chest comes through, straightening the arms. We're on the tops of the feet. Thighs are at a hover. Glutes are soft, but legs are strong. Core is engaged. Exhale, tuck the chin. Push the ground away with the hands around the shoulders and roll back into your down dog. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lower the knees to tabletop. Left leg reaches long back behind you. Find that toning of the core. Finding length, not height. Inhale. Exhale, straighten into the right leg. Bring the hips back and high, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, lower into tabletop. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, tabletop. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold. Bend at the left knee. Roll forward, crossing the left knee over, trying to touch right tricep for 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Send the hips back and high, straighten the leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, come forward, trying to tap left knee to left tricep for 3, 2, 1. Plant the left foot to the outside of the left hand, wiggling into your lizard lunge untented fingertips. Finding the strength in your lizard lunge first. Maybe feeling buoyant, rocking back and forth on the legs. Lowering out of your tented fingertips at any time. Inhale, find your strength. Exhale, drag the right toes forward, crossing behind the left ankle. Inhale back. Exhale forward, sinking the hips low. 3. Exhale forward. 4. Forward. 5. 3 more. 6. 7. And 8. Back. Forward hold. 3, 2, 1. Send the foot back for lizard, dropping down onto the right knee. Maybe moving, taking whatever movements feel good in your body. Always customizing every movement practice to what your body needs. Lowering both hands down, popping up onto the right knee, then dragging the right toes forward to the outside of the right hand, sinking the hips low, hands gather at heart center, crown of the head reaches up. Plant the hands, tented fingertips, lift the hips to halfway lift, toes face forward. Engage the core, find length in the spine. Shoulders away from the ears, gaze is neutral. Inhale. Exhale, heel, toe the feet together, fold over the thighs. Deep bend in the knee. Inhale as you slowly roll up the spine. Arms lift overhead. Exhale, swan dive over the legs. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back through plank and hold. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower halfway on an exhale. Fully exhale. Inhale, straighten the arms, pull the chest through. Glutes are soft, shoulders away from the ears. Core is engaged, legs are strong. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin and roll back to your downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet when you get here. We stay here for 3 breaths. Last breath. Inhale, right toes lift back and high, 3-legged dog. Find strength here. Exhale, bend the knee, come forward into plank, trying to tap right knee to left tricep and hold as far forward and left as you can get it. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee, roll forward, trying to tap knee to nose. 3, 2, 1. Plant the foot between the hands and rise up for your low lunge. Finding the strength in your low lunge. And then sweeping the arms down, finding the hips as you straighten into the front leg. Inhale to puff the chest. Exhale, deep bend into the front knee. Really focusing on driving the right knee over top of the right toes. Right heel is firmly planted on the ground. You want to feel a deep stretch in your ankle. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. 3. Inhale, straighten. Exhale to bend. 4. Following your cycle of breath. 5. Allowing each movement to be an entire inhale or exhale, going slow. 6, 7, 8, inhale, exhale. Inhale, straighten all the way back up. Wiggle the right toes a little bit over to the right hand side. Rebend into the right knee. Inhale. Exhale, sweep the arms down, fingertips find the ground. Active lizard lunge. Inhale. Exhale, drag the left toes forward, finding that ankle cross. Blade edge of the left foot finds the ground. Slide it all the way far right as you can, and then lower down into that same position we were in at the beginning of class. Right leg is over top of the left. Sole of the foot is on the ground, but this time we're on the hand instead of the forearm. And we begin to lift from the left heel, bringing the foot towards the ceiling. 1, lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, flexing the toes, 9, 10, hold. Feeling that work of your adductors, really trying to drive that left heel towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, lower the foot and just untangle your legs, sending the left foot back into your lizard. Now we walk our hands over to the long edge of the mat on the left side, toes both pivoting forward to the long edge of the mat, finding your deep side lunge. And you really want to focus on keeping the right heel on the ground, so you can be up here or you can be down here, but finding the work. Inhale pushes you to center. Exhale, you travel to the left-hand side. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. 3, center. To the right. Center. Left. 4. One more. Center to the right and the left. Next time you're at the top of your mat, right knee is bent. Pivot all the way back, facing forward into your lizard lunge. Lean forward, drag the left toes to the outside of the left hand, sink the hips, gather the hands to heart center, lift the crown of the head. Inhale. Exhale, plant the fingertips on the ground, lift the hips into half lift. Toes are facing forward. Core is engaged. Inhale. And as you exhale, heel toe the feet together, folding forward. Deep bend in the knee, roll up the spine to stand. Arms sweep out to the side and up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back through plank and hold briefly. Inhale. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, straighten the arms, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot, 3-legged dog. Find the length and the strength in this pose. Bend at the knee, roll forward, crossing the left leg over, trying to touch right tricep. For 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift all the way back up, straightening the leg. Now bend the knee, coming forward, knee to nose. 3, 2, 1. Plant the foot between the hands. Rise up for your high lunge. Sinking deeply into that left knee, feeling the stretch along the right psoas. Arms sweep out to the sides and down, finding the waist as you straighten your left leg. Inhale. Exhale, deep bend in the left knee. Really trying to push that left knee forward over the toes. Inhale brings you to straighten. Exhale, you bend. 8 total. This is 3, 4, nice and slow. 5, left heel is planted onto the ground. 6, pressing into the outer edge of the left foot. 7, 8, lower for the last one. Push yourself back up. Wiggle the left toes over to the left-hand side and sink into the left knee for another high lunge. Inhale to find length, strength, and exhale to cartwheel the arms down. Tented fingertips. Find that nice strong lizard lunge. Inhale. Exhale, lean forward, dragging the right toes, crossing the ankles. Now placing the blade edge of the right foot on the ground as you reach the right foot over to the left-hand side, dropping the hips. We're back into our adduction, but this time, same thing on the hand instead of the forearm. Inhale here, and exhale to lift the right heel. And keep following your breath, doing 8 total. Inhale to lift, Exhale to lower. Following your breath. I find this much harder than on the forearm because you've kind of limited your lever arm a bit because you're so far up. 2 more. Last one, and we hold. Right heel lifting high, right toes flexed back towards the calf. Inhale. Exhale, lower the foot down. We untangle the legs, shooting back into our lizard lunge. And now we walk the hands as we pivot on the feet over to the right long edge of the mat into our skandasana. Right toes are ideally facing up, but they can be wherever, especially if you're here, they of course have to be down. Inhale to center. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Inhale, center. Hands can be on the ground. Exhale, left knee, but it's much harder. Inhale, center if your hands are off the ground. 3, 4, 5. Going back to the right-hand side last time. Next time you're bent into the left knee, hold here. Pivot back, facing forward into your lizard lunge. Lean forward as you drag the right toes to the outside of the right hand. Sink the hips low. Hands gather to heart center. Crown of the head reaches up. Inhale. Exhale, tented fingertips as you lift the hips, halfway lift. Toes facing forward. Finding length. Last inhale. Exhale, heel toe the feet together, draping over the thighs, forward fold. Deep bend in the knees, roll up the spine to stand, arm sweep overhead. Exhale, swan dive over the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank and hold. Inhale. Exhale, lower halfway, hold. Inhale, upward facing dog, hold. Exhale, downward facing dog, pedal out the feet. Finding some stillness for 2 breaths. Last flow. Inhale, right leg goes back and high, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, roll forward into your plank, trying to tap right knee to left tricep, crossing over the body. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift back up, 3-legged dog, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee, roll forward, trying to tap knee to nose. 3, 2, 1. Plant the foot between the hands. Tented fingertips reach the crown of the head and the left heel opposite one another. You're in an active high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, lift the back toes. Flat back, crown of the head and back toes reaching away from each other for a half split. Inhale to find length. Exhale, float up on the fingertips, hands gather at heart center, finding your warrior three. Inhale, pivot your body up to stand, swinging the left leg through, coming into a staff pose, fighting for your balance. Holding. Inhale, woo, and exhale, lower down. Inhale, arms lift overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank, hold. Inhale. Exhale, lower halfway, hold. Inhale, push yourself to upward facing dog. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg back and high, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, roll forward into plank, trying to tap left knee to right tricep for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose and hold. 3, 2, 1. Plant the foot, tented fingertips. Lean crown of the head forward. Right heel drives back. Fingertips drag forward a little bit as you lean forward and lift the back leg, half split. Standing splits. Crown of the head reaching forward, right toes reaching back. Core is engaged. Pressing into all 3 corners of the left foot, finding your grounding, and then maybe floating the fingertips up, gathering them at the chest, finding your warrior 3. As you inhale, you pivot the upper body up, swinging the right leg forward for staff pose. Toes are pointed, reaching the leg up. 4, 3, 2. Inhale. Exhale to lower. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead. Exhale, forward fold and stay. Bending the knees until you're in a fetal position. Hugging knees in towards your chest, feeling that big flexion in the ankles again. Inhale. And exhale to lower all the way onto the bum. Legs shoot forward. Toes flexed back towards your face. Arms reach up on an inhale. And with a flat back, you reach forward for the toes. Maybe you don't reach the toes and you're back here. You can have any degree of bend as long as the back is flat. Toes are flexed back towards the face, lifting the quads away from the knee to engage the quadriceps. Thinking about finding length in the upper body. Inhale. Exhale, now we round. Allowing the spine to round forward, but still keeping the work in the legs. Inhale, slowly roll to seated. Now we grab the right foot and we kind of tuck it under us, bending the knee, but allowing the right glute to sink to the inside of the right foot. First, leaning back. Feeling the stretch in the psoas on the right-hand side, engaging the right glute always and trying to drive the right knee into the ground. You can lean back any amount, but as long as you're still doing the work in the glute and the knee, that's really what you want to feel. Inhale to slowly lift up, and exhale to reach the arms forward for the left foot. Right knee is still bent. Inhale to come forward, and we switch. Right foot goes long, bending at the left knee, tucking the left glute to the inside of the left foot. Inhaling first, spine tall, and then exhale, leaning back any amount. But still keeping that left glute flexed and driving the left knee into the ground. Inhale brings you back to center, and exhale, lean forward. Inhale brings you back up to seated. Untuck the left leg. The soles of the feet find the ground as you reach forward and round the upper body, lowering slowly onto the back vertebrae by vertebrae. Now we find the soles of the feet on the ground again, and we cross the right foot over the left, so the knees are stacked. Lifting the feet off the ground and grabbing either the knees in towards the chest, or maybe you can grab the shins, or maybe you can grab the feet. Wherever you are, flexing the feet back towards the knees are stacked on top of each other. And you feel the sense of the knees hugging in towards each other as if you're trying to crush a watermelon between your thighs. Inhale to release and switch. Left leg is crossed totally over the right. Knees are stacked, grabbing, either hugging the knees in, the shins, or the feet. But wherever you are, knees are hugging in towards each other. Feet are flexed back towards the face. 5 breaths. Last breath. As you exhale, untangle the legs. Legs come forward and long as you straighten them, taking up as much space as you want. Arms are wide, shoulder blades tucked under you. Eyes begin to close, allowing your body to sink into the mat. Letting go of any control you had over the breath. Allowing the limbs to be heavy. As if somebody is stacking sandbags on your shins, your thighs, and your arms. And even though your limbs are so heavy, as if they're going to drag you through the floor, you feel the opposition of the chest as it's so light and gentle as you inhale and exhale. On every inhale, trying to locate the places in your body where you're holding tension. And as you exhale, trying to let that tension disperse. Wiggling the fingers and the toes, rolling up the wrists and the ankles. And however you way you want to get there, pushing yourself up to a seated position, cross-legged on the mat. Hands gathered to heart center, crown of the head reaches tall, tailbone reaches down. Thanking your body for doing so much work, stepping a little bit closer to your dragon pistol squat. And thank you so much for joining me with your practice. Hope you have a great day. Namaste.